I've had seasons in life where I really needed someone to talk to. Finding someone available who takes insurance and who actually gets you can feel impossible. Rula makes mental health care simple, affordable, and actually accessible. Thousands of people have already trusted Rula to support them on their journey toward better mental health and overall well-being. Go to Rula.com/rivalry to get started today. Support the show and take the first step toward better mental health today. You deserve quality care from someone who actually cares.
I've had more business ideas than I can count. Now, normally, I get all excited and then I hit the wall trying to build a website until I find Wix.com. Wix.com is kind of like ChatGPT of web browsers. I answered a few questions about my idea, and then boom, Wix AI built a stunning functional site that looked like I hired a designer. Wix has over 2,000 templates you can start from and totally customizable. Ready to create your own website? Go to Wix.com. That's Wix.com to start building your website today. Thanks to Wix for sponsoring our show.
We should address something up top.
Yeah, that's this ugly ass fucking hoodie you got on. What the fuck is that bullshit?
This piece of trash bought it for me and I feel bad, so I wear it.
Well, you should throw it in that bitch's face. That shit is hideous.
Next time I see her, I'll throw it in her face immediately. But it's very comfortable.
And I'm gonna throw it. You hear her?
Yeah, it's not her ass.
Throw it in her face.
So anyway, it's brought to our attention that Booking.com is a banned company, not banned, but like we're boycotting Booking.com because of their stances. So we have dropped that sponsorship. So there'll probably be a point in the future where you hear it mentioned or something back and forth, but we're working to edit those out. And if one slips through the crack, let us know. But the ads are not being run anymore. And thanks for helping us look out, because the list is long. There's a lot of stuff in this world that is hard to catch.
The list is very long.
Monet's caught almost everything there is to catch, though. I'll say that. Happy Pride to her.
Say it again.
I said catching stuff. Happy Pride. Because you're a slut.
Anyway, so
you are a slut, Monet. Are you saying you're not a slut?
So anyway, we're not doing that. And,
don't ever try to act like I did not get the yucks, honey.
And we're going to do our best as a company to look out as much as we can, but we appreciate when y'all be like, hey, just so you know. But I will say, y'all be going from 0 to 60. Apparently they had a Reddit thread. They were like, boycott these fucking braggedy black bald-headed bitches. They don't just... the alerting us to canceling pipeline is like, it is express. Y'all be going in.
Girl, the A train goes express. 42nd Street to 125. No stops in between.
And the cancel train is express. The cancel train has literally no local stops. There are
South
no
Fair to the Bronx.
Instantly, I was like, can we get a minute to process and deal with it?
No, girl, South Fair to the Bronx. That's why the A train is called the A train in The Boys, which you don't watch.
Wait, first of all, I do watch The Boys. And wait, he's called A train because why?
Because the A train doesn't go. Because the A train.
Because it's fast.
Yeah, because it doesn't make local stops.
Okay, now, Jacob told Bob to adjust his gain, and now this nigga's whispering. I can't hear anything.
Okay, is this better?
Yes, to me.
Jacob,
that's good. Can you say something loud?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that's better.
Can I tell you?
And let's cut that part out.
I mean, whatever. It's so tiny. At this point, we might as well start over. Can I tell y'all, I know it is for our safety. I know it is to keep your things safe and make sure no one's hacking to your stuff. I am so over quad authentication. Like every time I log into a thing, I have to open my email, I have to answer a text, I have to answer a phone call. I'm like, nigga, I just want to open my Uber Eats. Why do I have to four-factor authenticate? It's me. Also, I have said trust this device no less than 342 times. Trust the advice. I mean, trust the device. That shit drives me crazy.
I would say this: when it's my bank, I appreciate that, but
Bank is fine.
when it's like my eHarmony account, I'm good.
I'm good. Like, it's fine.
I'm good on someone hacking my Pinterest.
That shit drives me crazy. It drives me crazy. You know, this episode is in honor of my good girlfriends over at I've Had It podcast. Shout out to Jennifer Welch and Plumps. They're everything.
I've had it. What are they? What they like? Just be like complain about stuff?
The whole premise of the podcast is they open the podcast up and they throughout the podcast they list things that they've had it with, and but they mostly serve for political commentary. They're true, very smart, very funny ladies, and they just
I've seen these ladies.
They let them, bitch. They be letting these politicians have it. I met them. I did their podcast a few weeks ago in Oklahoma City. I'm obsessed with Jennifer Welch. I'm obsessed with Pumps.
They live in OKC?
Yeah, OKC. There's these two super liberal ladies in Oklahoma City that go up for, you know, using their whiteness to advocate for people of color, which is great.
There you are. Monet Exchange on protect the voodoo dolls.
Yes, because you know there's these people that have voodoo dolls of like Trump and Vance, and I'm like, oh bitch, I want one. Bob, for Christmas, can you get me a Vance voodoo doll?
You want it authentic?
Like with a lock of his hair or something?
Do you want it from a voodoo practitioner, or do you want me to just like make a little effigy for you, or do you want
No, I want it from a voodoo practitioner who can put the voodoo in it so I can do things to it.
I mean, I don't know much about that kind of stuff, but I could look into trying to find a voodoo practitioner and see if they would be comfortable making you a voodoo doll. But I feel like they'll be like, you need a. I don't know. I don't know much about voodoo or hoodoo.
Okay, so that's my request. Do you want to give me a request you have for something for Christmas, and I can fulfill that for you?
I also might not do it because you and I have a very loose rule about gifts. So
yeah, loose be the operative word. Loose like your fucking booty hole. Another thing I've had it with is people not reciprocating generosity.
What do you mean?
Well, not generosity. Okay, so I'm gonna try to be vague. I have someone that I pay for a service, right?
Can I ask a question real quick?
What? What fucking ridiculous observation are you making? What?
Why is your head so black and your face is like your head got tan, but your face is not?
You can't just ask black people why their heads are black.
Like the top of your head is not the color of your face.
Well, my face is always a little lighter because I put sunblock every day, but I don't put sunblock my whole head, but I put sunblock every day.
I think it is showing that you don't put sunblock on your head.
Honey, because it's called a natural highlight. It's called a highlight. Highlight.
I think you need to start putting sunblock on top of your head. Also, bald people should definitely be putting sunblock on their head. 100%.
Sure, I just don't do it. I mean, I was on a boat. Me and Naomi were on a boat for fucking 3 days, and girl, Naomi is incapable of feeling heat. This bitch, we are on the sun deck of a boat. And Bob, it is no less than 95 degrees, okay? And bitch, I have a thought and I am sweating. Naomi's like, oh, it's not hot enough. She's like, it's so, like it's a little cold, right? I was like, Naomi, cold?
Well, Naomi shakes and shivers. She does. You remember when RuPaul called out Naomi for shaking on TV?
Yes, I remember.
She's like, why are you shaking? She's like, I just shake. I just shake.
Bob, it was like, I was like, you cannot possibly not be, how are you not, you know, Patty's fucking white pasty.
Hey, did you order food?
Just now.
Yeah, it's here. And he's trying to get in.
No, I didn't. That's not me then.
Okay.
Patty's white ass, redheaded ass. Have you seen this whole thing about how redheads are black people? Have you seen this?
Yeah, I don't get it.
I don't get it either.
Yeah, I don't get it
either. Anyway, Patty's like white behind. You know, Patty is a
black behind. He's black. Right?
He's a
black.
very white person. Girl, Patty came out and laid out for 2 minutes. He was like, oh, God, I'm burning. It's hot. I was like, I know. I feel like that too. Naomi's like, it's not hot enough. She's like, can someone please turn it up? Oh, like, who's someone? Jesus?
I personally love the heat as well. I really like being in hot. I really like being in hot places. I am more comfortable when it is warm. I'm comfortable when it's hot, and I am uncomfortable when it's slightly cold.
I like it. Okay, what temperature do you sleep at? What temperature do you put the thermostat to sleep?
Well, it doesn't really say because the room I sleep in is hotter than the room Jacob sleeps in. I think the air conditioner doesn't work as well in the room that I sleep in. But when Jacob's not home, I set it to 72 or 73.
To sleep?
Mm-hmm.
And okay, you have that, and you're also under the covers.
Yeah.
That's too hot to sleep.
What do you put it at?
To sleep, I sleep at 68.
Oh.
But also I realized I had I was using which I guess I never thought about it being an adult, but I had winter comforters all year round. And so I was like, why? Because sometimes I wake up with like cold or sweating in my sleep. I was like, why am I sweating? And I realized, bitch, I've been using not heated winter comforters. So, but because we live in LA never really gets like you're not in New York where it's sometimes below 20. Like you don't need a winter comforter in LA. So now I've transitioned to having a summer comforter, and it's way better, way better.
I mean, I just have one comforter that I use.
Is it summer or winter?
I don't know. It's not particularly heavy. It's not like a very heavy comforter. But I just sleep under that comforter all year long, and I mean, until I get a new comforter. But I will keep a comforter for a very long time. Like I
do too. I just got rid of my old one from like New York.
Yeah, my comforters last me. I think I still have my New York comforter.
Well, I tried being a duvet girl for a while. When you wash your fucking sheets and have to put a fucking thing back on the duvet, there's no easy way to do it. So and yeah, I know the thing, how you put it, you hold it inside out and you flip it, but that's still annoying. A comforter, you just fucking put it in a washer, you take it out, and it's good to go. You don't have to put anything in anything.
So I have a duvet. Well, so when Jacob and I were sleeping in the same room, Jacob has a duvet cover on his bed, and I don't mind a duvet. I do not like putting a duvet on. And there was a period of time where
on you or like putting on the
I don't like putting the duvet onto the comforter.
Right.
There was a period of time where I don't know if it was a period of time, but there was one time specifically where Jacob put the duvet on, but it wasn't like hooked in, and then the whole comforter was just at the bottom of the duvet. like the entire comforter had just gathered at the bottom of the duvet cover.
I hate that.
Which I found very, very annoying. But I also don't I don't wash my own duvet. The lady who does the cleaning, she comes in like once a week and she'll wash them like every 2 weeks.
You have a cleaner?
A cleaning lady, yeah.
A cleaning lady. Okay. How long have you had a cleaning lady?
Maybe 4 years, maybe.
Nice.
You had a cleaning lady since you lived in New York City.
1%.
But you had a cleaning lady since you had a cleaning lady pre-Drag Race. Remember the rapper?
What was her name again?
I don't remember. Cardi Belka something. Belka Lee.
No,
Catalyst.
you think about Cardi B.
Yeah, Cardi. Oh, it was Cardi. Oh, that was Cardi B? Oh my God.
That must be ridiculous. First of all, I don't think Cardi B ever cleaned houses.
No, I was doing a bit that she was a rapper, and I was doing a bit that your former cleaning lady is now a famous rapper. Thanks for keeping up.
I get what you're doing. Anyway.
You didn't get it actually, but it's fine. Go ahead, continue.
I did. I don't think
you wouldn't question if you got it. Continue.
Her name is like Murder, or it was like something.
Hey guys, get ready. Murder's coming to clean the house. Murder Styles will be here to tidy up soon.
Oh my God, I forgot I had the rapper lady. That was fierce.
But I didn't get a cleaning lady until Jacob pays her and hires her. I had never considered having a cleaner, but Jacob hired this lovely lady to come clean.
And thank God y'all did.
What does that mean?
You know what it means. So okay, I mean, I can just say I don't think he listens to this podcast. So I have
don't say it on the clip. Go ahead.
I have a gardener because I have like plants and stuff to keep up around the house and landscaping stuff. So I got a bill for the month of May, and it included they come on Mondays, and they had a Monday off because it was Memorial Day. Yeah, Memorial Day this month. And then So he sent the thing. I was like, okay. I was like, you have the Monday for Memorial Day off on there. And he's like, oh, well, my clients know that if it rains heavy or it's a holiday, we don't come. I was like, okay, that's fine. I just want to make sure that that's reciprocated. Because like the other day, I had like 2 plants that I bought for inside and to repot them. And he's like, oh, that's going to be $70. And I was like, $7 to repot the plants? I was like, okay. So I'm like, if you want me to pay you on holidays or days of the rains you don't come, which is fine, I would just like that generosity reciprocated if I needed something simple like a plant repotted.
Well,
Like, is that
wait, I have a question.
Is that a crazy
So-
request?
So if it's a holiday
Or it rains.
or it rains, you pay him and he does not come.
Correct.
Why?
Because I think it's just like, because they have Mondays throughout the day. And I guess because some months you also have more Mondays than, some months you have 5 Mondays as opposed to 4. So I think maybe it balances out either way.
I don't particularly understand that. I understand maybe a heavy rain day or maybe no, I actually don't get it. If you're not working, why are you getting paid? I don't get it. I don't understand why you're getting paid if you're not working. I genuinely don't understand it. It doesn't make any sense to me.
Out of correct me if I'm wrong. I think we have for every day of the week we have 52 of them, right? Because we have 52 weeks out of the year.
Okay.
So I think for some months, and I think one of the longer months is August, you have 5 Mondays, but in other ones you have maybe 4 or 3, depending on how it falls. So I think over a year it averages out to
Let's take a break and talk about this in a second. The math is starting to. I'm about to get a nosebleed.
I think it averages out. We have 52 weeks a year, which means I think we have 52 of every day a year. So some months they're more and less. So when in a month where he's working 5 Mondays,
I don't think we have 52. I don't think 365 is divisible by 7.
Or close to. Wait, well, why you do that? So on the months that I know that some months we at least have 5 Mondays and sometimes we have 4 Mondays and the other days. So on those days, I don't pay him more when there are 5 Mondays. I don't pay him less when there are, you know what I'm saying?
I already did it.
It is 52.
It's 52 point. Do you not see the points, bitch?
I know 52.1, but that averages out to 50.1. That's very close to 52. So maybe there may be an extra Sunday or an extra fucking one of these days. I don't fucking know. But I think, so on months where I have more Mondays, I don't pay him more. On a months where I don't pay him less. It's the same thing through it. So that's why I think
I just don't understand why you're not paying per visit.
Because he's built. I work with him every month. So I think it averages out to be the same thing. That's why.
I just don't get it. I'm not a gardener, though. I mean,
if it rains, though, if it was to rain, let's say it rain. Remember that time in LA when it rained for fucking 3 weeks? I was like, that would be crazy. If it don't come for 3 weeks, I'm not paying you. But it rains randomly one Monday, and but if you reciprocate by repotting plants, doing the fertilizer instead of billing me extra for those, that feels fair. That I look out for you and pay this ending every month, as opposed to.
Well, I don't pay the cleaning lady. Jacob pays the cleaning lady. So Jacob, when she comes over, if there's a day where we're not there, do we still pay her? Do you still pay her?
What do you mean a day when we're not there?
If she's not coming for some reason, how does that work out? What's your deal with her?
Yeah, we don't. Usually she finds a way. I mean, that doesn't happen often. I think there's been we give holidays off, and I think we just move. She's like, hey, Wednesday isn't a good day for me because can I come Tuesday or Thursday, and then we reschedule her.
So you've never paid her for a day she didn't work?
Yeah, no.
I don't do that for my cleaning person either. When he only gets paid when he comes. But my pool guy and my landscaping guy, they're I pay them monthly, and that happened with the pool guy. And in some months,
I just don't get it. It doesn't make sense to me. I don't get it. I think
in February there was a day that was. I
imagine you'd be paid per visit. I do know it sounds like you're living a very luxurious lifestyle. You sound like the upper crust.
Nigga, you the upper crust. You have. Anyway, we're not gonna get into that.
I have what? No, I have what? I want you to get into it so I can watch your entire argument dissolve around you.
Dissolve around me, nigga. You have the cleaning lady. You just bought you a luxury vehicle. You have your studio space that is, and I know what the bill for that is, and
You
your
don't
condo.
know.
I do know.
You don't know.
I do know.
Well, I want to point out one thing. This is a professional workspace. So this is giving back to me because it is my professional workspace that I use. So I think
Giving back to you, lining your pockets.
So I think that having an office is not necessarily like some like sign of luxury. It is a professional studio. That's like saying, "Oh, you're a baker. Oh, you have a you have a bakery? You luxury bitch?"
Yes. I'm sure a lot of bakers would like to have their own fucking bake house, whatever
And
the
a
fuck
lot
you
of them
call
do.
it.
And it's called a bakery, not a
A
bake.
lot do?
Bake house is crazy. Bake house is crazy. It's called a bakery.
A bakery, or as we call it, it's called a panaderia.
And I think a lot of bakers do have bakeries. I didn't
That
say
they own, that they bought
I didn't
and
say
own.
everyone. I don't own this place. I'm renting this studio.
Okay,
I don't own this studio.
That they rent. That's 400. That's
I didn't say
4,000
every
square
baker
feet.
does, but a lot of bakers do. There's bakeries. I can Google right now. There's bakeries all over this fucking town.
Yeah, but you see, but okay, I would reckon there are way more bakers than bakers that rent their own space.
To be
that
clear,
they
I
work
didn't say
out of.
most. I said a lot of bakers.
A lot. Okay, what hairs are you splitting between a lot and most?
The difference between most and a lot, it means that means
what?
a lot.
Explain to me. Tell me, what is it?
Like, for example, there are a lot of people at SoFi Stadium. Most people aren't at SoFi Stadium. There are a lot of, well, hold on. There are a lot of people at SoFi Stadium.
Correct.
Most people are not at SoFi Stadium.
So give me numbers to what you're outlining. What difference between are you making between a lot and most?
I don't think that the world is short on bakeries. So
but I think that
even though a lot of people have seen Sinners, most people haven't. But a lot of people have seen Sinners.
But I would say not a lot of bakers rent their own thing. I think you're making a bitch. The amount of bakers in the world are probably, you're looking at.
Again, I want to be clear. I'm not talking about a percentage. I'm saying there are a lot of bakeries. All I'm saying is I don't think the world is short on bakeries.
And I think that the world is short on a lot of bakers renting or owning a place that they bake out of.
That's not a conversation I'm having. You're having the argument with yourself.
No, I'm having the argument with you.
No, I'm not arguing that point. So I don't know what you're arguing. I'm not saying.
No, I'm not saying you said a lot of bakers rent or own a place that they bake out.
A bake house.
And I said, I don't think that's true.
I said a lot of bakers have bakeries.
And okay, we're gonna move on because
this is true. Are we short on bakeries?
Jacob is probably. I can see Jacob just.
He's not doing it. Jacob's not shy. If Jacob wanted to twirl his little twink fingers,
I am. I don't want to get.
Yeah, move on and admit that you lost. That's what you did. You just admitted
I
you lost.
Shit. I ain't lose shit.
Then move on.
I am moving on.
Yeah, move on. Move on, bitch. Move on.
Anyways,
yeah.
So would you pay your gardener like that?
I wouldn't have a gardener.
You wouldn't have a gardener?
I don't think so.
Work.
Well, I don't want to garden. I also keep thinking about, do I want to live in a house? And I don't think I want to live in a house. I mean, I might one day maybe end up living in a house, but I don't think it speaks to me. So if I ended up with a gardener for some reason, I would probably, and I certainly don't have the skill set to garden my own home. I have not mowed a yard, my God, since I was in like maybe fifth grade. Maybe fifth grade.
You used to mow your own lawn in fifth grade?
Yeah.
What did Justin do?
Justin was allergic to grass.
Oh my God, y'all fucking soft ass niggas.
So I mowed the yard.
At 5, well, what'd you say, you were 7 too?
I started mowing the grass when I was in third grade, 9 years old.
That's like a very dangerous activity for a third grader.
I agree. It's pretty, I remember, it's probably dangerous, yeah.
Have you seen Final Destination, the new one?
No. I haven't seen since like maybe 1 or maybe 2.
This new one is actually very good.
I've heard good things about it. The billboards look really fun around LA. But I want to go back into this whole thing of me being because you have a gardener, you have a housekeeper, you have a pool boy and I see what you make him wear.
And that's my choice. He chose to wear that thong, baby.
You have your traveling assistant. You have your assistant who sits at home. You have your pet groomer. You have your dog walker.
Don't have a dog walker or pet groomer.
So no one's ever walked your dog besides you and Andy.
Correct.
No one's ever walked your dog besides you and Andy.
Yes, and you know that. And also, that is not my dog. Potato is not my dog. That is not my dog.
You have the people who watch your cat when you're out of town.
I am a step parent.
You have your kenneler.
My kenneler.
The kennel. Do you not put Colleen in the kennel when you leave town?
Cats. See, he's ignorant, Gerard. Cats don't stay in kennels. Dogs stay in kennels.
Well, the pet hotel. You have your pet hotel.
I don't have a pet hotel. I have a friend that watches. Her name is Aiko.
And you pay her.
I don't pay her.
So you believe in free labor?
She doesn't want to be paid. She does it because she
we need her on
to.
the podcast. We need her. We need Julieta. We need the gardener.
Get it right.
We need the gardener. We need the pool boy. And what about also years ago? I will never forget this day.
What?
Monet. 2 things you said to me that I was like, you are the 1%. And I will never forget you saying these things. I will never forget you saying these things. Monet pitched to me when we were living in New York City that we should have a private driver.
Okay, here is why. Y'all, Bob and I, we, on our own, each of us will go back and forth to jail.
Don't go back.
I know your schedule.
Don't try to watch
Bob
my pockets, bitch. Watch your own pockets.
We're back and forth to JFK at least, like, round trip, at least 3, sometimes 4 times a week, right? A round trip to JFK is roughly, give or take, $300. Because we have a lot of suitcases. Our assistants are taking.
She calls the Uber black SUV.
We're each traveling with minimum 4 suitcases, 2 assistants. It's just easy to do an Excel, right?
Oh, 2 assistants is crazy.
No, I said 2 suitcases. Nigga, open your ears.
You said 2 assistants.
Open your ears.
Jay, can you loop back when they say 2 assistants?
You did say 2 assistants.
Oh, well, 2 suitcases. Sorry, 2 suitcases are an assistant. Right, so it's 2 of us. Anyway, so that's about $300. So $300 for myself alone, 4 times a week. That's $1,200. Bob,
4 times a week, gigs.
Bob, 4 times a week. That's $1,200. It will make sense to, instead of lining, because what I find out, Uber is highway robbery. What they charge you for what the driver getting paid is crazy. So instead of paying Uber all this money, we can hire someone in New York City and pay them a chauffeur and pay them that $2,400 a week. Yo, 24 times 4 is what? 24 is 70 is 72 plus 96. That's almost $10,000 a week. We could be paying a month. We could be paying a person as opposed to paying Uber. Because Bob believes in big business and capitalism. That's why he's like, no, I want to line Uber's pockets with that money.
Monet said, hire a chauffeur. Monet said, and then one time, Monet, she gonna forget she said this, but I will never forget this day. She only brought it up once. Monet wanted to get a plane.
No, I did not.
Yes,
you did. Such a liar.
Yes, Monet wanted to get it. Monet wanted to go in.
You're such a liar.
Monet wanted to go in on a private jet.
You're a liar. See, and y'all, the reason why he said he could have. See, he ain't saying I forgot the first one. He know the second one is a lie. That's why he said I probably forgot it. You was such a fucking nasty witch. You are a witch in this fucking cape, Bobby. I have never had any interest in a plane. That's not even of interest.
Monet
to me.
hates the earth. Monet wanted to get a private jet. Not a big one, a little private jet.
He's such a liar. Y'all, I never fucking said that.
So you don't want a private jet?
No.
You don't want a jet. I have a jet.
You don't want, okay, between us, one of us has flown private, and you brag to all your friends about it. You were like, oh yeah, I'm headed to in San Diego, so I had to fly. Y'all, Bob is the Taylor Swift of the crack queen. Bob chartered, and y'all, the amount of fuels, Bob chartered a private jet to go from San Diego to shoot and where in Las Vegas?
I went from Burbank to LAX twice for fun. Because I wanted to go to the Dave's Hot Chicken in Burbank instead. So I didn't go to Burbank. That's maybe a 10-minute flight.
He's not lying. Go ahead.
I went from Burbank to San Diego.
And then but he stopped at LAX because Kennedy was around that area, and it was easier to stop at LAX than
that's a lie.
Bob.
That is a lie.
Bob.
That is a lie.
Bob.
I can call Kennedy right now. That is not what happened.
Of course, you're gonna corroborate what you say.
Corroborate. I love when you can't say corroborate. Your eroticism is so fucking funny to me.
Kennedy is played by you. You think she's gonna say the truth?
Unprompted. You can call Kennedy. My hands are.
I don't
I'm
have
not
a
texting.
number. I deleted it.
See, that's why y'all know Monet's lying about that fucking private jet you wanted. What ended up happening was, I had a gig. I was doing Legendary, and I told Legendary, I said I would love to be able to do Legendary, but I cannot do it because I have a gig at the Improv in San Diego. I would love to do it, but I have to go to San Diego. Thank you for the offer. This is fantastic. They said, no, we really, really want you to be a judge on Legendary. Please come through. In fact, if you do that, we will get you a flight from Burbank to, I said, I don't have time to do the check-in. They said, no worries. We will get you a private jet. I did not charter a private jet. Laomi chartered me a private jet.
Yo,
and Deshaun, those two together. No, it was HBO. Was like, well, because we want you to do, because they were such a tight flight, such a tight turnaround. I left set and then went to Burbank, and then I think it was Burbank, and then flew down to San Diego. I will say this: it was really. I'll tell you about the experience when I get back, because it was honestly insane. It was very gaggy. Okay, I'll be honest. I used to dread checking my bank account, especially at the end of the month. An overdraft fee over here, a surprise transaction here, and suddenly you're playing financial catch-up. It's always like my money was working against me instead of with me. That's why I really appreciate how Chime does things differently. When you set up a direct deposit through Chime, you unlock fee-free features that just make life easier, like getting paid up to 2 days earlier, fee-free overdrafts up to $200, and real-time transaction alerts that keep you in the know. And those daily balance updates. Game changer. It helped me build better habits just by making it easier to see what I'm working with every single day. I've even had times where the 24/7 customer service was a clutch, okay? And I had some questions about transactions late at night, and someone actually picked up the phone and spoke to me. Plus, with access to over 50,000 fee-free ATMs, that's 50,000, 5 and 4 zeros, fee-free ATMs, finding one nearby is almost never an issue, which definitely beats hunting down a branch or shelling out some crazy withdrawal fees. Chime is banking done right. No monthly fees, no maintenance fees, just tools that help you move forward. And if you qualify with direct deposit, the free overdraft up to $200 can be a real safety net. Work on your financial goals through Chime today. Open an account in 2 minutes at chime.com/sibling. That's chime.com/sibling. Chime. Feels like progress.
Chime is a financial technology company, not a bank. Banking services and debit card provided by the Bancorp Bank N.A. or Stride Bank N.A. Members FDIC. Spot me eligibility requirements and overdraft limits apply. Timing depends on submission of payment file. Fees apply at out-of-network ATMs. Bank ranking and number of ATMs according to U.S. News and World Report 2023. Chime checking account required.
I've had seasons in life where I really needed someone to talk to. Like after a messy breakup, or those weeks when the stress just feels like it is getting just ripping through your chest. And I remember thinking, okay, therapy sounds great, but where do I even start? Finding someone available who takes insurance and who actually gets you can feel impossible. Y'all know 2024 was a crazy year for me. And that's why I love what Rula is doing. Rula makes mental health care simple, affordable, and actually accessible, which, let's be real, it has not always been. They're not just some tech company. Rula is a healthcare provider group, which means they focus on care first, and tech just makes the whole process smoother. They work with over 15,000 licensed therapists and psychiatrists. Most people only pay $15 per session with insurance. That's it. No waiting weeks or dealing with endless insurance headaches. You just answer a few questions, and Rula matches you with a therapist who actually fits your needs. Some people even get their first appointment in as little as 24 hours. Whether you're looking for therapy, medication support, or honestly, even if you're not totally sure what you need yet, Rula meets you where you are, and they stick with you to make sure you're not just getting started, but you're making real progress. Thousands of people have already trusted Rula to support them on their journey toward better mental health and overall well-being. Go to rula.com/rivalry to get started today. Again, that's RULA.com/rivalry. Support the show and take the first step toward better mental health today. You deserve quality care from someone who actually cares.
All right, let's be real. I've had more business ideas than I can count. I come up with new ideas every single day. I was literally just telling a friend about a wild side hustle concept that I had the other day. Press-on nails that you can use on your phone, like a stylus. I'm still going to do it. Trademark, you can't steal that. Now, normally, I get all excited and then I hit the wall trying to build a website until I find Wix.com. Baby, Wix.com is fantastic. Wix.com is kind of like ChatGPT of web browsers. I answered a few questions about my idea, and then boom, Wix AI built a stunning functional site that looked like I hired a designer. I'm not even exaggerating. And if you're more of I need options type, Wix has over 2,000 templates you can start from and totally customizable. The interface is super intuitive. It's all drag and drop, and the built-in tools are next level. Whether you're trying to sell products, book appointments, or just show off your portfolio, Wix has all the features baked into it. No extra add-ons or complicated installs, and honestly, Wix has been in the game for almost 20 years. They know exactly what they're doing when it comes to helping you build and grow your site. Ready to create your own website? Go to Wix.com. That's Wix.com to start building your website today. Thanks to Wix for sponsoring our show.
Hey, I know the video just cut off, and I know you're upset about it because you want to see the dolls. I know you do, but there is one way to see us. Go to our Patreon, right, Roberta?
That's right. And not only will you see the rest of this video, you're going to see so many exclusive videos. You get to see some of our one-woman shows. You get to watch our Untucked Thoughts. You get to see, listen, I'm just going to go ahead and say it. It's the best Patreon in the business.
100%. Bar none.
All right, let's get back to the episode.
Let's do it.
So,
Bob the drag queen, the queen of luxury. Bob the drag queen of luxury. Oh, that's going to be your new name in my phone. Bob the drag queen of luxury.
Can I tell my story, please? So me and Kennedy left set and we went to the airport. But it is like it is very luxury. It's like a private engine. Like there's no TSA. You drive from the street onto the tarmac, and they just take your bags, put them on the plane, and you just walk on it was a very small plane. And I think it was like Kelly Clarkson's plane.
Why Kelly Clarkson? Why her?
I think you just deal with what's available. I don't know. Somehow they had access to Kelly Clarkson's jet. And we just got on the plane, and it was just us two and the driver, and there's no toilet.
The driver?
The pilot. Okay, Bakehouse.
The driver.
Okay, Bakehouse. And then we just flew straight from there. It was like there's no toilet on it, and I had to use the restroom. So we ended up having to piss on the plane. So Kennedy had to distract the pilot while I peed in the Fiji bottle in the back of Kelly Clarkson's private jet.
What distract? She was like, hey, so
well, I mean, I could reach out and touch I could like sit up and touch the driver. It was like that close. Maybe not that close. The pilot. And then, so Kennedy was like asking, like, how far, because he could see us. We could see him, he could see us.
I mean, I'm sure to be like, guys, I'm sure these just happened before, but I have to use the restroom really, really badly. I'm going to pee in this bottle.
I didn't want to have a conversation, so I just had Kennedy ask him some questions while I peed in the Fiji bottle.
So, I mean, Patty and
then I had to take the Fiji bottle off the plane and throw it away in the airport.
It's urine, whatever.
No, I know, but like I didn't want to have a conversation, so I put the Fiji bottle in my backpack.
And I heard what you've done. I heard what fun of kinky shit you and Jacob is into.
I don't think piss is that kinky, to be honest. I mean, Jacob and I are not piss queens, but I really don't think piss is like the beginning of kink. Piss is like, I would say maybe spanking and then pissing are like the earliest stages of kink.
Okay, I disagree. I'm like, you think kink is mild? I mean, you think piss is mild kink?
I really do. I really do.
Okay, I don't know what rocket ship you're on. I don't think that's mild.
I was the only kink that's like lighter than like piss play is like slapping, spitting, spanking, choking. I think piss is the beginning of where like kinksters, like kinky, like people who are like kinksters, piss is like the first step into being like a kinkster.
And
I would say the really intense ones are obviously like blood and poop and puke and
what with blood? What is it? You like seeing blood or you like being bled?
I mean, I'm not into that stuff, but I know people who have been into blood play, and they basically want to take a bloodbath.
With like real blood?
Well, they just want their whole. It's not all of them, but some of them want their bodies just like covered in blood.
But how do you get there?
By cutting yourself or cutting someone else.
Let's move on.
So we're king shaming.
No, I could. That is a fair reaction to cutting yourself.
So shame is a fair reaction.
Yes, correct.
No,
I mean, I shame you all the time. Isn't that natural for us?
You shave what?
Shame you all the time.
For you, it's natural, yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
For you, trying to shame people for things is very on brand.
100%.
Trey on brand.
Patty and I would have been. I don't remember what the situation was. He probably remembers.
Do you see my real freckle? Monet talked about freckles a lot lately. Do you see my freckle?
No, I mean I can't see it through the camera.
It's on my nose.
Oh yeah, down here.
I have two, yeah. One there and one there.
Yeah.
Real freckles.
People keep saying, people ask me, Monet, are your freckles fake? I'm like, I've had freckles for a very long time. I just now, y'all, I just stopped putting makeup on it. I used to be embarrassed by my freckles. I grew up being ridiculed for my freckles. So
you
now
really want to be SZA.
What? I'm embracing it.
You really want to be SZA. You're taking the SZA thing to a new level.
I'm embracing it.
Did you grow up with a TV?
Did I grow up with a TV?
Did you have a TV growing up?
No.
You ever had a birthday cake?
Never. I think for a birthday, like recently, I had one for the first time, like my 32nd birthday, and he got me a cake.
You're unwell. So talk about luxury. Raise your hands up.
What?
Since we're talking about luxury, show us your hands.
To put my hands for what?
We're talking about luxury. Show us your hands.
What is my hands to do? Like the palms of my hands?
Just show it. Can you just show us your hands? Huh? Anyone see any luxury here? Do you see any luxury there, Monet?
Okay, why do my hands look almost as big as my head?
Okay, news! I've been telling you got big gorilla hands since I known you, and now you're shook and shattered?
Have you seen that clip of Cynthia Erivo? She's in a black dress. She's singing, but the camera's so far. The camera's far away, but she has her long nails on. So she's singing, and bitch, her hands look like so long. It's such a mind fuck to see. Because she has those long claws.
Can you discuss the luxury that I was just referring to without me having to say it? Because I think your fans deserve to know.
We've talked about this like 4 times already.
Talk about it again.
Knows. I have a Cartier.
This is the episode about luxury.
I have a Cartier bracelet.
Oh! Oh my God!
Shut the fuck up.
Cartier bracelet. Jacob, can you do a little Googling for us, please?
You're also walking around with the Cartier of cards. Bob just got, and y'all, not even, let me say something. And Bob the drag queen.
Jacob, do some Googling.
Bob the drag queen don't go to the dealership, baby. Oh, no. Bob the drag queen gets his cars delivered to his home.
Carvana.
Never in my gay black life have I seen a car delivered to someone on a flatbed.
It's Carvana. You had
honey, delivered to your home. A luxury car?
First of all, a Lexus is not the Cartier of cars. A
It
Lexus is a high-end Toyota.
Woo! Must be nice to say that. I wish I could say that about a Lexus. Lexus is a piece of shit.
And yo, I didn't have to say that. Yo, I went to Carvana. Monet's acting like I had it delivered from like one of those celebrity car dealership places.
I don't even see us. We don't know they have celebrity car dealership places, baby. We don't know that.
What are you putting on your what other ridiculous thing are you putting on your wrist?
Nothing. I'm just scratching my hand.
No, you're not. Hold your hands up again. You are the worst liar I've ever met. Hold your hands up again. You lying ass bitch.
I was scratching my hand.
See, what is that thing?
It's a tennis bracelet.
Hey, can you be a little more descriptive with the tennis bracelet you're wearing?
It's a tennis bracelet. That's all. It's a tennis bracelet.
Can you describe it to those of us who aren't watching the podcast right now?
A tennis bracelet is
the one you're wearing.
It's a gold tennis bracelet with
It's just gold? There's nothing else on it?
With diamonds on it.
How many?
I mean, I don't know how many.
Roughly.
Ooh.
She's still counting.
Girl, it's a
Woo!
lot. I can't count all that.
A lot.
It
Can't even count it.
It goes around my wrist.
Can't even. And around Monet has big wrists. Whoever's listening, imagine your thigh. That's Monet's wrist. You heard her say how big her big gorilla man hands are? Imagine putting a bracelet on Donkey Kong.
Yeah, about as thick as your fucking neck, bitch. Yes, you're right. That's how big my
Look
wrist
at how
is.
slim.
Your white ass neck.
Look how slim.
Bitch, slim for what? A donkey?
Jacob, did you do any Googling, Jacob?
Yeah, I did. I have the prices here. It's kind of hard to tell because they come in a range of prices depending on materials used. The low end for the Cartier Love bracelet, which I believe is the one she was wearing, is $7,000, but they can go up to $47,000 depending on what it is. So I'm not 100% sure what model she has on.
Yours falls in there somewhere.
It doesn't look like she has the $47,000 diamond plated one, but they're also like gold ones. So this looks like the rose gold for $73,000, but I'm not 100% sure.
I don't wear rose gold.
And I also just Googled
okay,
the
so
price
then it's
of,
11,000.
No, Jacob is wilding out. He's so stupid.
I just Googled the price of a diamond tennis bracelet, and this one from Saks Fifth Avenue is $52,000.
Okay, that's not what I have.
Okay, well, let's just keep looking. This one from Lab Grown Diamonds is $10,250.
I don't wear lab grown diamonds.
You prefer conflict diamonds?
No, I'm saying that I don't have these are moissanite.
That's not moissanite. You're lying.
Yes, it is moissanite.
You're literally lying.
It's moissanite.
You're literally lying. I know you're lying. You are literally lying.
Bob, these are moissanite, bitch.
You're lying. You are not telling the truth. Shame the devil and bear the truth.
And I'm doing a quick Google here. I know I saw the
A quick Google.
Lexus that was outside the studio. So for the measly shitty Lexus, Bob said that is a shit car. The average price is $56,000. Okay,
that's not true.
So, yes, it is.
That's not
true. So for all the out there that Bob was like, this shit car that I can just get for $56,000.
I did not say shit car.
What did you say?
I will say this. First of all, my Lexus is used.
Okay.
I drive a used Lexus. My car was not 50. So you're looking at the price of a brand new 2026.
This is used 2025.
Mine is mine's not a 2025. Mine's a 2024.
What year is it? 2024?
This is 2024.
Okay, knock on $5 then.
It's not $5. It's about you're knocking off about $15,000.
Uh-huh. And honey, and I know the price of that condo you bought over there in the on Hillside Avenue. Okay? And honey, and that was a few years ago, before she was touring with Madonna, before she was doing all the things. So I can imagine what you can afford now.
You're being ridiculous.
I'm
One
ridiculous.
time, I've told this story on the podcast before, but here's for the new ones. One time, me and Trixie and Jinx were in P-Town. And we were all at the ATM because this bar was cash only. So Jinx was in front of us. And this ATM printed out her receipt with her balance on it. And when it printed out, she left, but she left the receipt and it printed out as I walked up. And then I grabbed it and I said, Jinx, you left your receipt. You might want to hold on to this. But then Jinx was like, oh my God, I'm so embarrassed. And I was like, I'm not really thinking about what's on this piece of paper. I did look. I'll say that I did look. But I was like, I'm not really going to what's on this piece of paper. I'm just handing you this. And she goes, well, I do want to say that I do have more money than this. I have things wrapped up in investments. And of course, I have other accounts as well. But also, I'm not saying this is a small amount of money. This is not a small amount of money, but it's also not all of the money that I have. There is, and then of course there's property. I own the home in Portland, but again, if the amount that you have is less than this, I'm not saying that this is an amount of money to be embarrassed by. She was, by the way, me and Trixie were saying nothing. She was just on her own spiraling.
Very
and I was like, girl, I'm trying to hand you a receipt.
Okay, tell us how much it was on there.
I will not be doing that. That seems like it's none of my business.
Bob!
And I honestly don't remember.
We used to be a Say Their Names podcast. You have become a fucking...
I genuinely don't remember. It was somewhere between $5 and $47 million. Somewhere in that price range. What amount of money? Okay, let's play a game. You're standing behind RuPaul at the ATM. You're in the same Jinx scenario. What amount of money are you expecting to see on the balance?
Like, okay, this is his checking account, like current, like presently available.
Yeah, today.
I'm thinking liquid. RuPaul, I'm expecting to see liquid $14 million.
I will say this to anyone listening. I am not a financial expert. Do not listen to me. Do not take this as financial advice because I am not particularly financially literate. But I will say this. In general, you should not be having any more than 6 times your living expenses in the bank account at once.
Right.
So I don't know what RuPaul's living expenses would be, but I can't imagine it's $12 million a month or divide that by 6. And if there's no reason to have $12 million in your bank account, in your checking account. There's no reason to have that.
She's a rich girl. She probably has a lot of her money is probably in investments too.
What does the internet say RuPaul's net worth is?
The net worth online is always fucking
RuPaul net worth. According to this, according to AI generated from Google, RuPaul's net worth is $60 million, although some sources suggest it is close as $80 million.
I mean, how much do you think RuPaul gets paid per episode of Drag Race as the talent and the EP? Like,
I would imagine
if you had to make like a wild guess,
maybe like somewhere between $500,000 and $750,000 per episode.
Huh? Work.
Monet Exchange's net worth, according to Happy.pro, Monet Exchange income. Okay, I have everything. I have all of your stuff here. According to Shaffy.
Who the fuck is Shaffy?
No, according to Happy.pro, Monet Exchange income last month was between $17,406 and $23,906. From Instagram, Monet made between $11,000 and $16,000. From YouTube, she made between $5,000 and $7,700. Her estimated earnings by period are between $210,000 and $288,000. Weekly earnings based on previous months between $4,000 to $6,000, and monthly Monet earns anywhere between $15,000 to $24,000. According to this.
Who the fuck is that?
I don't know. This is word on the streets.
Wait, does it have that for RuPaul?
You are down from December, though.
Damn.
Let's check James Charles.
Brokey.
Do you think you're making more than James Charles?
No, James Charles. No, there's no. Rich, James Charles has like a super successful makeup brand. His videos get like millions of views a week. I'm
just saying, according to Haffy. You don't know what was Haffy right about you? Do you want to verify any of that?
Who the fuck is Haffy?
It's a website I just found out about 3 seconds ago. Do you want to verify anything that Happy has claimed about you?
Happy is completely correct. Everything that he's listed is correct.
Okay, let's see. What is James Charles's net worth? James Charles is worth $12 million in 2019. And in 2020, he purchased a $7 million mansion in Los Angeles. His estimated earnings per post are about $53,000. And according to CelebrityNetworth.com, he's now at $22 million.
Oh.
According to Celebrity Net Worth. Now, do you believe these things to be accurate?
I mean, girl, all that shit is always wrong.
How do you know?
There's no way. They don't know these things. They're just guessing. They have no idea.
Interesting.
What does it say about you?
You don't have Google in front of you, bitch? And I got to do everything? What's your contribution to this fucking podcast?
Nigga, you don't want to look your shit up. Are you going to look it up or no?
Besides harassing and annoying me.
I will say a lot of these websites use analytics based on like social media, Instagram, and YouTube views that don't take into account other things about the algorithm. Like, for example, Bob makes substantially less money on TikTok than other TikTok creators because he likes to fight people on because you like to fight people on Instagram Live and you get blocked every other month.
Jacob.
So that messes. We can cut that if that's too personal.
No, I'm being silly.
But like because of that,
you think I like to fight online?
No, Bob, you don't.
We have a podcast that's been running for 8 years. That's the premise of the podcast.
That's because I'm on that.
Do we want to go back 30 minutes in this episode where you were fighting Monet?
Where she was fighting me. I do not make a lot of money on TikTok. I think in my 6 years on TikTok, I think I've made $8,000 in 6 years.
Wow. A lot of people wish they made $8,000 in 6 years, Bob.
I'm just saying that is way below the minimum wage. Significantly. So what is the most luxurious thing you've ever purchased for yourself? For myself, a car.
A car is the most luxurious thing?
Yeah, my Toyota. I don't own my Lexus. I'm leasing it, but I bought the Toyota, and that's probably or my apartment.
What to say? Your home, bitch.
I don't think my home is particularly luxurious. It's a nice apartment, but I wouldn't consider it particularly like no one would say this is a luxurious. It's not. I'm not like a luxury.
I don't think
building.
no one would say that. I think that's not fair to say no one would say that. I think that in where your home is in Los Angeles, that is luxurious. Bitch, you're in a condo. I mean, I'm not going to put your business out. Where you live, that is just because you don't have like marble floors and these like things like that. You still have a luxurious apartment in a very nice place.
Well, it couldn't be listed as a luxury. You could never list my place as a luxury condo.
How you know? Says who?
I used to work in real estate.
Bitch.
You can't. You couldn't,
years ago.
You couldn't list it. Like, for example, a luxury condominium or luxury condo refers to a high-end residential property that refers to upscale amenities, features, and finishes. The property is typically located in desirable areas and often blend elegance, convenience, and comfort. Luxury condos often feature state-of-the-art amenities, high-end finishes, and superior service, catering to the high standards of the resident. So there are no services in my building. There is no gym. There is no doorman. There is an elevator that is broken 3 months out of the year.
But you do have location and you have convenience.
Yeah. So, but I'm saying like when you list the things, there's something that you typically need for it to be a TV. It has to have a screen. It has to be plugged in. It has to have this money. It's like, well, you have the screen, but it's still a phone.
But I don't think that's there's a difference between I have a luxurious apartment as to a luxury condo. Like those are two different things. A luxury condo is a type of a type of apartment.
I do not live in a luxury condo. I live in a nice apartment in a nice condo in Hollywood. But I do not live in a luxury condo.
I think luxury building is a specific class. I think one could describe your apartment as luxurious. I think those are two different distinctions.
I think I would like to live in a luxury building. I think I would like to have a doorman. I feel like that would make me feel good because hunting down packages gets annoying. I would like to live in a building with a doorman. I've never lived in a building with a doorman, but I think I would very much like that for sure.
Do you think money can buy you happiness?
No. Do you?
I think money can buy temporary happiness. I don't think it's a fix. Like, I don't think people who are really rich are, besides like, there's things that having a lot of money alleviates, right? Like, you know where your bill's going to be paid and whatever. And I think what money can bring you is those quick joys of, I can go down to Bergdorf Goodman and buy that new Louis Vuitton bag that just came out. Or I can and you purchase it and you're happy for a little bit, but being able to do that doesn't keep you happy forever. It's like a temporary happy. And it's like a dopamine hit you're getting as opposed to money, quote unquote, buying happiness?
I think that I make more money than most people, and I don't particularly, and I've also made less money than most people, and I do not feel happier now than I was before. I feel honestly kind of the same level of happy that I was before. I think that I saw a documentary a while back called like Happy or Happiness something, and they were essentially insinuating that like your level of happiness is kind of just where you are. Like your level of happiness and joy is kind of who you are as a person, and it goes up and down with certain things. But like I also don't think that relationships can buy you or can give you happiness. I don't think that jobs can give you happiness. I don't think that that fitness can give you happiness. I think that a lot of these things combined can make your life happier. If that is your goal. If your goal is to be in a committed, loving relationship and to, put on 20 pounds of muscle and to make, $500,000 a year and to have your dream job or get the promotion you want, I think all of those things can have a great impact on how happy you are overall, like as a whole. But I don't think any of those things can individually bring you happiness, specifically, like make you a happy person.
Yeah, I think that people, I think that, again, the things that money can give you, like being able to pay your bills and give your kids lunch money for school, and the ease that money can give you sometimes is very lovely. Obviously, if you have more of it to go around and more of it at your disposal. But as a notion of money, having a lot of money equating to always being happy, no. I mean, I don't know anyone who's, I know people with a lot of money. I know people with not a lot of money. I don't know anyone who's happy all the time. Like happiness ebbs and flows. Like sometimes you're really happy, sometimes you're really sad. And I don't think having more of it or less of it is an indicator of which one you're going to be.
I do think that my whole life, I have been an overall happy person. Like my entire life, my overall mood is that I am a pretty happy person. I don't remember having too many points in my life where I was really like, maybe a few here and there. But I also think that has a lot to do with my brain chemistry as well. Because I don't think that someone being depressed or being sad is necessarily because of their outlook on life. I think a lot of time that has to do with literally their brain chemistry as well.
Yeah, I think I would say for the majority.
Are you
of my
whispering?
Life. No, can y'all not hear me?
You're just quieter than you were before, and I think your
No,
volume
I was
set.
yelling before, and I realized I was really.
Adjust your game.
You had me yelling, bitch. I was like, why am I yelling?
You had no part in that, huh?
Yeah, correct.
Interesting.
I think that for the majority of my life, I guess I've been happy too. I think I definitely had moments of depression and battling sadness for certain things in my life. But I would say, yeah, for the majority, I've been a happy person.
Were you a happy child?
Yeah.
Oh no, those journal entries sound like you was going through it.
For the most part, I think, yeah, but again, I think there are moments of deep sadness and stuff like that. But
your journal, listen to your journal. I used to think that I don't know what I was like. What is this? This child was having some. You were having these deep relationship. It's like you was in there, honey. You was like it's coldest winter ever vibes.
I wanted to be winter.
Were you a romantic? This is gonna sound crazy.
What? Was I what?
What I'm about to say is gonna sound crazy, but just don't take it weird.
Okay.
Were you a romantic child? Were you like a teenager who was like obsessed with like love and like?
Yeah, I think I was. I really, as a kid, or like and I think in like middle school or high school, everyone started like dating and like doing stuff. I was like, I wanted to know what that felt like so bad. I wanted to fall in love. I wanted a boyfriend. I wanted that really badly.
That just was not me in high school or middle school. I was just like,
what did
really
you care
like
about?
Theater, performing, wrestling, musicals, plays, going to the movies, playing outside.
And so when did you start getting like romantic or sexual feelings?
I had sexual feelings. I just wasn't romantic.
I mean, you're still not romantic.
Yeah, I'm still not terrible. I mean, I experienced romance and I am in love, but I would not call myself a romantic. Would you call me a romantic, Jacob?
Not particularly.
Yeah.
So how do you show romance?
Jacob and I do things for each other. We tell each other we love each other. We show up for each other when the other one needs it. And it's very clear to me that Jacob is in love with me, and it's very clear to me that I feel like he feels that in return as well.
So if you had a partner that I guess you wouldn't be partners with them because it wouldn't work, but let's say Jacob became like a really romantic person and he wanted like these like big romantic sweeping gestures. Do you think you could do that, or you had to be like, this is the wrong you want chicken fingers?
Well, what's the gesture?
I don't know.
I need an example.
Like big romantic.
Yeah, I when you proposed to me, I would like to. You know the Adele proposal where the man brought his girlfriend out blindfolded, and then Adele was there and she sang a song and proposed, and then he proposed.
Yeah,
I want that. I would
could
like
do that.
and it has to be Adele.
I could try to make it happen. I mean, I would if Jacob wanted his favorite artist to be at the proposal, I would be that would be fun for me to organize and do, and I would be happy to see Jacob's reaction to that.
And Jacob's a kind of like Cardi B, like sometimes for like Valentine's Day, he wants to open the doors to the apartment, and it's fucking 3 dozen bouquets of 12 long stem red roses, like things like that.
I could do that as well. Yeah, that
So
would be really fun to do.
Okay, so if you had a partner that became romantic, you could meet them at that.
Yeah, for sure.
Work.
Are you romantic now?
Yeah, romantic.
Well, we don't have time to talk about it. Sorry, episode's over.
All right. See you.
Maybe
Until
talk about it next
time.
time. No, I'm kidding, dude. What's a big gesture that you like? How do you and Andy show that you're romantic?
Andy does a lot of very sweet things. Andy will go and get some of my favorite like desserts and things, run to the house. When it's like something like that. Mine is my or because he knows it means a lot to me. Romance to me is coming up and cleaning up.
Should we do an episode on romance and so we can really get into it?
Yeah, let's do that.
All right.
Peace.